A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
The greatest story ever told. Presented by the United States Armed Forces Radio Service. Tonight we present Disputed Boundary, a drama based on a teaching from the greatest life ever lived.
In the town of Emmaus, the old scribe Hezekiah receives many strange requests from people who would have him write out their letters for them. And old Hezekiah is too experienced to display surprise, in most cases. Yet now, as he sits at his little stall in the marketplace, he looks up with his surprise evident on his wrinkled face.
What's that? What did you say, young man?
It's a very simple request, sir. I don't know why it should surprise you so.
You say you want me to write a letter for you?
Yes, sir. Well, that's your business, isn't it, to write letters for others?
It is indeed, but I write letters for shepherds and farmers, men who don't know how to write for themselves. Not for boys like you who've been to school and learned to write.
Please, sir, I can pay you for your services.
All right, I don't pretend to understand this, but as long as you say you can pay. Where does the message go?
Well, it doesn't really go anyplace.
Now, see here, lad, if you come to play jokes on an old man, consider you've had your fun and be on your way.
Well, it's to be given to someone right here in the town.
If you've anything to say to anyone in Emmaus, why don't you just walk up to them and say it?
I wish I could.
Well, what's to stop you?
Please, sir, I just believe that I need your help and I'm willing to pay for it. Write the letter for me.
Uh-huh. So that whoever's to receive it won't be able to tell it's in your hand, eh?
It's almost right.
Almost. Will I ever be quite right with you? I don't understand what you want, why you want it, or anything else about you, but I can see I'll save myself time if I just write the message for you. Now then, what do you want to say?
My darling. You don't think that's right?
So that's why you can't tell the person involved. You don't want her to know who wrote the message.
Oh, it's not that. I don't want her father to know.
The father? Oh, he objects to you, huh? You look a fine lad. Why doesn't he like you?
Oh, it isn't exactly me.
Oh, first, I'm almost right now. It's not exactly you. Can you be definite about anything, young man?
Yes, sir, I can. If Nathaniel and my father could only get some sense into their heads, then Ruth and I wouldn't have all this trouble.
Nathaniel, eh? Oh, then I'll wager you're Micah's son.
That's so.
That dispute's been going on ever since I can remember. That's your trouble, eh?
Now will you help me with the letter?
No, lad.
But why not?
Because it wouldn't do you any good, that's why. No letter to anyone can help patch up that quarrel.
Yes?
But let me think about it. I've observed more trouble and foolishness in this town than any other man. I know everybody's business because people come to me and they have to tell me their innermost secrets so I can write letters for them. I've learned one thing about people. Most times they make their own troubles. So you just let me think about this a while, will you?
If you think you can help, sir.
Maybe. Yes. Maybe.
Have you brought out the baskets, Saul?
I have them by the side of the house, Father.
You might bring along a spade, too.
We don't need a spade to pick pomegranates off a tree, do we?
You'll bring it along just in case there's trouble.
Please, Father, let's not have any more of that.
If that old fool Nathaniel starts saying that I'm trespassing on his land while we're picking our pomegranates, it's going to lead to trouble. He's a stubborn man.
Perhaps you're being stubborn, too.
Me? Stubborn? Of course not.
But you don't give in any more than he does.
Why should I? I'm in the right. Don't you understand?
But if only you'd...
Saul,
Yes, sir.
get the spade, get the baskets, and come with me.
Yes, Father.
There she is,
Oh, I don't see her. Where, Father?
right ahead of us. The tree. How big does it have to be for you to see it?
Oh, you mean the tree. Yes, sir.
And the fruit looks ripe for the picking. First, we'll start on the branches that overhang Nathaniel's property.
Why on those first? Why not on the ones that are on our side?
They're all on our side, if the truth be known. His land doesn't begin where he says it does. Oh, no. So we'll start on the other side of the tree first. Now, come, I'll do the picking. You arrange the fruit in the baskets gently. Don't bruise it.
Yes, sir.
Now then. There. That one's a beauty. And now, this one. You there, off my land! You see, the old fool's been waiting for this. Well, let him come. I dare him. Meantime, we'll go right on picking our fruit. There's another one, Saul. And here.
Now, see here, you stubborn old fool. You're on my land.
But the tree's on my land. It's my tree.
Then get back over to your side and pick the fruit from there.
This is my side.
The land you're standing on now is mine.
Just because you say so doesn't make it so. That's all. Let's go on with our work.
I warn you, Micah.
Here, son. Another one.
If you don't get off my land, I shall be forced to put you off.
I didn't come unarmed, Nathaniel. Son, hand me that spade.
Oh, Father, please.
I told you there'd be trouble. Give it to me.
Yes, sir.
Well, Nathaniel.
I won't be bullied, Micah. You'll get off my land now. And if you don't...
Father, don't do that. He'll hurt you. Please don't.
Ruth, what are you doing here? Get back into the house.
I won't leave you here alone.
And I won't go and leave this trespasser to spoil my land.
Saul, please.
I'll try, Ruth. Come, Father. We'll accomplish nothing by standing here arguing. You go back to the house, please.
I don't like to give in to that man.
Go, Father, please. I'll bring the baskets back after I fill them.
From your own side of the tree.
All right, from my own side of the tree. But if you want to avoid trouble, don't stand around here ready to provoke it.
Ruth,
Yes, Father.
you're to stand watch here. If he comes over to our side of the land, you're to call me.
Yes, sir.
I'll be at the house. Just call if you need help.
I understand.
And you, Saul, don't forget I'll be waiting, too. In case that old fool makes trouble.
Yes, Father. I'll see you at the house soon.
They've gone.
I know. I'll have to go on picking the fruit while we talk.
I didn't hear from you.
Oh, I tried to write a letter, or at least have one written so that your father wouldn't know.
I don't like it. I wish it were different. We've nothing to hide, nothing to be ashamed of. Why do they make us feel like criminals?
I know how you feel. They can't draw a simple line between their own bits of land, but they've been able to draw a line between us. Oh, Ruth.
Don't stop working. They're watching us.
You're right. Ruth,
Yes,
listen closely to what I say.
I'm listening.
There may be a way.
What do you mean?
Old Hezekiah, the scribe. I went to see him to get a letter written. He's the one who told me not to write. He said there was another way. A better way.
What way?
I don't know. He just said to let him think about it. And I know he'll do what he can. He seems gruff at times, but at heart he's a fine man. So, I'm willing to wait, if you are.
If you think it's best, Saul, I'll wait. Anything you say, I'll do. Only, I hope it succeeds, whatever it is.
I still say we've got those other pomegranates coming to us.
But, Father, I filled all 3 baskets from our side alone.
No.
And there wasn't any fight. Isn't that something to consider?
I only wish that old fool had started something. I would have been... Well, who is it? Well, what are you...
Well, Micah, don't you ask a visitor to come in? To be seated? Don't you offer him a cool drink of water or milk?
Why, certainly. Come in, Hezekiah. Make
Thank
yourself
you.
comfortable. Saul, fetch Hezekiah some cool milk.
Yes, sir, of course, but
Well,
Hezekiah...
don't stand there. Go on. Go get the milk.
Yes, sir.
Now then, Hezekiah, what accounts for this visit here? Truly, the surprise may appear rude.
Well, it must be a surprise. I think the last time I was here was when your son was born. Ah, that was a great day, wasn't it?
Yes, indeed. But now, today, I mean...
What brought me? Is that it?
Yes.
Well, I'll come straight to the point. I know you've been carrying on a dispute with Nathaniel for a long time. And I have a
Here,
way...
sir.
Oh, thank you, lad. That's very kind of you. Now, as I was saying, I know you've been carrying on a dispute with Nathaniel for a long time, and I believe I've thought out a way of bringing this dispute to an end.
You have?
I think so.
And in a way that will satisfy me?
Yes, in a way that'll satisfy you.
But, sir...
Now, lad, this is a business between your father and me. After all, this matter can't concern you.
Yes, don't interrupt so. Now, Hezekiah, let's get this plan of yours.
The first step is for you to come with me to hear the master. Would you do that?
The master?
Mm-hmm.
What's he to do with this? Is he a judge, divider of land, a settler of disputes?
Oh, he's none of those things, and yet he's all of those.
Now, see here. Did you come to help me or to put riddles to me?
Where's the riddle? I say the master has it in his power to bring peace to you, and peace also between you and Nathaniel. Well, that's all you have to know.
And I'll be satisfied?
It can't be settled unless you're satisfied.
In that case, I'll go with you, Hezekiah.
Good. You meet me at my stall in the marketplace in the morning.
And so my husband and I thought it would be a neighborly gesture for us to talk to you about it, Nathaniel.
Hezekiah sent you then.
Yes, we talked about it, and this constant bickering can't be any pleasure for you, we thought. You'd like to have it settled if you could.
Naturally. But it must be settled my way. That's understood.
Of course, it must be settled in a way that satisfies you.
Good. What do I have to do?
Tomorrow in the Olive Grove, just outside of town, there'll be a great crowd of people come to hear the master teach. You're to go there with me.
To hear the master?
Why not? Many of us here in Emmaus have gone to hear him. It'll do something for you, Nathaniel. Make you feel differently.
Will it help me win in my dispute with Micah?
I feel sure that it will.
Well, I have nothing to lose. I'll go with you.
That's very good. Will you stop for me at our house? It's on the way to the city gate.
Of course. In the morning, then, Rebecca.
Well, Hezekiah, here I am, as I promised.
It's good to see you, Micah. Come in and rest a moment while I finish this message I'm writing for someone.
Oh, don't let me disturb you.
You won't. Go right on talking if you wish.
You know, I thought about this last night. Wouldn't let me sleep.
Disturbing, eh?
Very. You said the master could help me settle my differences with Nathaniel. Yet I can't understand why he should. I'm not a believer. You know that.
Yes, I know, but that was last night.
What do you mean?
You've never seen the master. You never heard him. It's not strange that you're not a believer.
No, and yet...
You're confused, is that it? Well, I have a feeling, a deep-rooted feeling, that you will believe before this day is over.
And then he'll help me?
We'll see about that, won't we? Well, I'm ready. Shall we start out?
Ruth, I waited here at the tree for you.
I know. I saw you from the house. I had to wait till my father left.
Left? Where did he go?
To hear the master.
What?
I know he hasn't ever gone before, but it's not so strange that he should.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I meant only that it's strange that your father and my father should both go to hear the master for the first time on the same day.
Both? You mean your father?
Yes, that's where he went.
I only hope they don't meet there.
It'd be very unfortunate if they did. They might start their bickering all over again in front of all those people, in the presence of the master. I wouldn't want that to happen.
But they've already gone.
Then we should go, too.
You mean in the event there's trouble?
Yes. The two of us seem to be the only ones who can keep them apart in moments like those. Come, we must hurry. I only hope we're not too late.
Well, Hezekiah, we've been waiting quite a while. When does this master begin his preaching?
Soon. He waits for everyone to assemble. Many people come from the hills and farms hereabout. It takes time.
Well, I can wait. Just the thought that I'm going to be able to get this fight settled my way is enough to keep me here. I tell you, when I think about it...
The idea appeals to you, eh?
It certainly does. Prove that old fool Nathaniel wrong is something I've waited for a long time. And if this is my chance...
Father!
Well, Saul, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm glad I found you in time.
In time? What do you mean?
Well, I just heard
Saul,
that...
this is no time to interrupt your father with gossip.
But, Hezekiah, you don't know what could happen if Father met...
Now, calm down, lad. Things have gone well enough till now. There's no reason to expect they won't continue that way, is there?
Well, why, no. No, not at all.
Well, then be quiet and listen. See, the master's taking his place. I believe he's ready to begin his teaching.
I say unto you which hear, love your enemies, do good to them which hate you. Him that taketh away thy cloak, forbid not to take thy coat also.
There, Hezekiah. There's the kind of teaching you don't hear often.
I knew that once you heard for yourself, you'd be impressed.
And the simple way he speaks such great thoughts.
Yes.
I never knew about all this before.
Do you see how it can help you in your dispute with Nathaniel?
Exactly what I was thinking. If only Nathaniel could hear these words and be able to abide by them.
Nathaniel. I see.
Wait, the master speaks again.
Give to every man that asketh of thee, and of him that taketh away thy goods, ask them not again. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
Very well spoken. Yes, Hezekiah, it's unfortunate, though.
Unfortunate? What do you mean?
Fine words, but too idealistic.
Oh.
You don't really expect a person to live up to those teachings, do you? Nathaniel, for example.
You'll never know unless you give him the chance.
No, it wouldn't work. People aren't like that. Certainly Nathaniel isn't.
Probably not, but it would be interesting to find out, wouldn't it?
Son, it was a great revelation to me. A great revelation. Yeah, and yet a pity, too.
Oh, I'm glad I was there. And I shall go again to hear him.
Of course, we both shall. By the way, what was it you came there to tell me?
Oh, it was a small matter. Oh, nothing, really.
Well, that's just as well. You see, something's been going round in my head. Do you think Nathaniel would possibly do what the master... No, he probably wouldn't.
Didn't you ever think, Father, that if you were to adopt the same words and use them?
Your father is a very reasonable man.
Yes.
Now, if I could find a way to tell Nathaniel what the master said, at least I could prove my theory to Hezekiah. But how? Wait. I have it.
Yes?
Get the baskets. We're going down to pick the rest of the fruit off that tree.
Oh, there'll be trouble.
Of course there will. Nathaniel will come down to argue with me, and that'll give me the chance to point out to him the errors of his conduct. Yes, that's it. Get the basket, son. Now, son, you just keep putting the fruit into the basket, and I'll keep an eye out for Nathaniel.
Yes, Father.
We've done it. We've done it. You see? Here he comes now.
Please, Father, don't be too hard with him.
I have right on my side. I can be calm about this. There he comes. And that daughter of his is tagging along, too.
Yes. There she is.
Now just let him start something.
Micah, I can see that you're up to your old tricks again. Are you trying to provoke me?
Nathaniel, a man who is easily provoked doesn't have much strength of character.
I don't need any philosophy from you, Micah. Just get off my land.
I thought so. Stubborn. Mean. Persistent. That's your trouble, Nathaniel.
Call it what you will, but get off my land.
You know, Nathaniel, I thought about you today. Yes, I thought about you a great deal. What a pity, I said, that a man who might be a fine, decent neighbor hasn't had his eyes open. You know where I was this morning?
I don't even care.
I went to hear the master. That's what I did. And I heard something that certainly could do you a great deal of good. He said, love your enemies, do good to them which hate you. That's the way to bring friendship and goodwill into the world.
Is it?
Yes. And just you think about it. It should mean something to you, unless, of course, you're too stubborn to open your heart to a teaching that requires a man to be unselfish.
And I suppose you're an unselfish man.
I certainly am.
You seem too sure to suit me.
All right, I'll show you. I put it up to outsiders. Saul, do you consider your father a reasonable, unselfish man?
Well,
Go on, son. Tell him.
Father, I'd rather not say.
There, Micah, you see? Your own son.
Now, hold on. Before you go gloating, let's find out what your daughter thinks about you. Well, Ruth, is your father reasonable, temperate, calm?
Please, Father, don't make me answer.
There, Nathaniel, you see? What I've been trying to tell you. The master's teaching certainly would have done you a great deal of good, if you could live up to it.
If I could live up to it.
That's right.
Love your enemies. Do good to them that hate you. You heard that, did you?
I did.
Did you also hear him say, and as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise? Did you hear that too?
Why, yes, I heard that. How'd you know?
Because I was there, too.
You were?
Indeed I was. And when I heard that, I said to myself, that Micah, if only he were able to live up to that, we'd have no trouble. He'd be a man ready to compromise.
You said that, huh? And I said to myself, well, you know what I thought.
It was wise teaching, wasn't it, Micah?
Yes, it was. But can we live up to it, Nathaniel?
Well, I can see now we didn't accept it in the sense he meant. I'm to make the sacrifice, not the other man. I'm to give instead of taking. To love instead of hating.
Well, I'll show you I can live up to that. I'm willing to make the first move. I'll agree that our boundary shall be where the trunk of this tree meets the earth. And I won't trespass on your land to pick my fruit. There. Is that fair?
I don't think so.
What?
Why, that means you'll give in on everything then. That doesn't leave any room for me to sacrifice. I should hate to think I couldn't match your generosity.
Well, what do you suggest?
Well, we shall move the boundary to this point here, where you've always wanted it. There. Is that living up to what we heard?
But then you're giving in to me altogether. That won't do. I think
You listen to what I think.
Now, wait, both of you.
Now, you see here, son.
No, Father, you'll both listen to me. Ruth and I have had enough of your bickering. Now that you're both willing to concede, we won't have any trouble working out a solution. I think that's what Hezekiah had in mind all along.
Hezekiah? You mean he planned this?
Yes. He took you to hear the master. He had his wife take Nathaniel there. He promised he'd help Ruth and me. And he has.
That sly old fox. Well, they put one over on us, eh, Nathaniel?
I think they did.
Now, about the boundary.
Well, perhaps we won't have to worry about that, Father. One day there won't be any boundary. Not if Ruth and I can have permission to marry.
Marry? I always had a suspicion you two were in love. Secretly, I've always thought she was a fine girl. Just wouldn't admit it because she's Nathaniel's daughter. Of course you have my permission, children.
And mine. With my confidence that you two will be happy. For you've shown two bitter men how to be friends. How to agree and compromise and substitute sacrifice for selfishness. And if you remember the words we heard today, it'll be the basis for a fine life together.
I say unto you which hear, love your enemies, do good to them which hate you. Him that taketh away thy cloak, forbid not to take thy coat also. Give to every man that asketh of thee, and of him that taketh away thy goods, ask them not again. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
You've just heard Disputed Boundary, another episode in the greatest story ever told from the greatest life ever lived. This program was brought to you by the United States Armed Forces Radio Service. This is the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education.
greatest story ever told. Today, we present Of Such is the Kingdom, a drama inspired by events set forth in the 12th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Matthew. Events from the greatest life ever lived. At the northern end of the Lake of Galilee lies the town of Bethsaida. There was a time when Bethsaida was a peaceful, almost a sleepy town of fishermen and merchants. But these days, there's a new excitement in Bethsaida, for the word is abroad concerning one who was a carpenter in Nazareth, and who is now a teacher bringing the word of God. And even more, one in whose hands there is the healing touch of God. It is no wonder, then, that at this moment, just outside the town walls of Bethsaida, a large and curious crowd is gathered to see him. But curiosity is greatest among children, and their eyes open widest. Now, as we move through the crowd, we come upon a little girl and boy who stand staring up at the master's face from a distance. The little girl's eyes are fixed in wonder, and without even turning her head, she says to her brother,
David. Oh, David, just look at him. Yes, Sharon. You know, David, I think I've seen his face before. How could you? I think I saw it in a dream. What kind of dream, Sharon? I don't know. I only remember his face, his eyes. But it was a nice dream.
Will you children keep babbling that way forever?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We didn't mean to disturb you.
But you have. After all, the master did not come here to be stared at by silly children. He has come here to teach to grown-ups, to people who can understand him. We shouldn't be disturbed by children.
Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. When he begins to teach, we'll be quiet, won't we, David? Oh, yes.
Children always say that. Now, I think you'd better go along home and not disturb your elders.
Oh, but, sir, we promised.
Why would you want to stay anyhow?
To hear him. You said he teaches.
Not things that children can understand. Now, get along.
John, maybe we should if the man says so. I don't know. I would like to hear him.
Please, children, leave now, else you'll disturb the others later.
All right, sir. Tell me, sir.
Well, what is it?
Is it true, what I heard? Does he heal the sick and the lame?
That's what they say.
And he does. He does.
You see? That's what I mean. A child will believe anything, but a grown-up has to be shown. I'll believe it only when I see it. Now, be on your way home. Children.
Oh, David, I wish we could have stayed. Don't you? It would have been nice, but grown-ups, you know how they are. You know, I feel sorry for them. Do you? They only know what they see. You mean they never dream about them? The kind of dreams you even have by day? No, they don't. Are we going to be like that, too? It seems to be a disease that all grown-ups catch. That's not good. No. David. Yes, Sharon? Do you think you could have a dream now? If it's a nice dream. Oh, this is a wonderful dream. We can wish anything that's in our hearts. All right. In this dream, Uncle Noah will be with us, and we'll be walking through a field. And the light wind is blowing, a cool wind, and it bends the grasses so that they make a path for us. Oh, yes, Sharon, yes. And we walk along that way. And Uncle Noah has my hand in his. Your hand? What's the matter, Daisy? If he's holding your hand, then he can't hold mine. Oh, but he can in this dream. But, Sharon, you know he only has... Well, I don't like to say it. I don't even like to think about it. David, that's the wonderful part about this dream. In this dream, Uncle Noah's hands are both whole and strong. But you know they're not. Oh, David. I'm sorry, Sharon. Maybe I'm growing up too fast, but I can't dream like that. Not about Uncle Noah. Yes, you can. Because Uncle Noah goes to the Master, and his withered hand is cured. In the dream? David, suppose it wasn't just a dream. What do you mean? Suppose we really took Uncle Noah with us, and then he was cured. Yes, suppose he was. David, give me your hand. We're going home. But you know Uncle Noah doesn't like to talk about it. Give me your hand, David.
I tell you, children, I was worried, very much worried.
I'm sorry, Mother.
Well, at least you're back safe. Now sit down and eat your evening meal. I'll have your food in a moment.
Sharon, shouldn't we ask Mother about it? She won't like it. But we have to talk to her. She'd want to see Uncle Noah cured, too, wouldn't she? Of course. Here she comes.
And you're to eat every drop of this broth, do you hear?
Yes, Mother.
David? And yours, Sharon? Well, why don't you eat?
Mother?
Yes?
Mother, may we talk to Uncle Noah when he comes back to the house this evening?
Who's to stop you? Of course you can.
But, Mother, this is different.
You're not to ask him for anything, if that's what you mean. He pampers you too much as it is. Sometimes I think you care more for him than for your own parents.
Mother.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have said it. But you're not to ask him for any gifts. Is that clear?
Suppose we wanted to give him something.
Give? What do you have to give?
Mother, the Master is here. We saw him today, David and I, and we've heard that he can do wonderful things. He can cure people of anything, even of a withered...
Sharon! You're not to mention that. How many times have I told you?
But, Mother, if it could be cured, if Uncle Noah went with us... Oh, please, Mother, say we can talk to him.
Sharon, David, listen to me, both of you. It's true you're young, but now is a good time to learn about this. Long ago, your Uncle Noah and I, we were children together, just as you two are now. And Noah was a fine boy, very fine, strong and swift. I remember once when we were young, word came that a famous man would arrive here at our town. Everyone gathered at the city gate to watch for him. And some of the people started running to greet him. Your Uncle Noah ran so swiftly that, though he started after the others, he was the first to greet the man. That's the way he used to be.
He doesn't run anymore.
No, he doesn't. Or does he sing as he used to? No, laugh in the same way.
He laughs with us.
Yes. You're the only ones. He's changed. Everything was changed suddenly when that evil thing happened to his hand.
Mother, how did it happen?
He was just a boy. He was climbing a tree and he fell. He hurt his arm. After a time, it didn't heal. It just withered, that's all.
Mother, could it change just as suddenly, couldn't it?
Of course not.
How do you know, Mother?
Because I've seen enough to know. Your grandfather, you never knew him. This was the thing that killed him. He tried everything, anything. He worked himself to death to find a cure for your uncle, to buy a cure. Nothing helped. That's how I know.
Mother, all we want to do is talk to Uncle Noah.
I forbid it. He's had enough unhappiness, enough bitterness. I know what happens to him when he begins brooding over it. You only stir up sad memories. Now, children, please. Let him live in peace.
But, Mother...
Eat. Your food is getting cold.
Yes, Mother.
Sharon! David, Ma, you two run swifter every day, yes? I tell you, I don't remember any children ever running so fast.
Do we run as fast as you used to, Uncle Noah? David. I'm sorry, I forgot. Uncle Noah, you have something for us. I can tell.
Have I? Well, if you know that much, tell me. What is it?
A pomegranate.
No.
Sweets, that's what it is.
No, and we can't stand here guessing all evening. You shall have your surprise later. Come now. Your uncle's a very hungry man. Come. Back to the house.
Yes, Uncle. It's my turn today, Sharon. Remember that. Of course, David. You take Uncle Noah's hand this time.
There, David. A tight hold. And now, back to the house. Well, then, how much can a man eat, huh? Enough is enough. It was good, Ruth. Very good. Maybe that's why I continue to live here. Who else could cook like our mother used to?
It wouldn't be the same house if you didn't live with us, Noah.
Now, the surprise for the children. Are you ready?
Oh, yes, Uncle.
Noah, you spoil them. My own children, and I say you spoil them. Spoil them, Judah? No, I spoil myself. They are only innocent victims of the joy I get in giving them things. Now, both of you, close your eyes.
Yes, sir.
Come, David, I can see. Close them.
Yes, Uncle.
Now, listen.
Oh, Uncle Noah. A bell. A silver bell. It's so small and delicate. It's beautiful. Uncle Noah, may I ring it?
Of course, David. Here.
There, isn't it a wonderful sound?
It's for both of you, and I will tell you why. This bell is the closest thing to the laughter of children that I ever heard. You should keep it forever as a reminder of childhood.
Oh, Uncle. Uncle. There.
Why, thank you, Sharon. That's the nicest kiss I ever received.
Uncle, we would like to give you a gift, if it were possible.
What do you mean, Sharon?
Children, it's time for bed. Come with me, both of you.
But Ruth, the child, was saying something.
Children will do anything to delay their bedtime. Come, Sharon. David?
Yes, Mother. Good night, Father. Uncle Noah.
Well, we've never been at a loss for conversation in this house before. Neither of you has said a word since the children went off to bed.
Oh, no. I hadn't noticed. Did you, Judah?
Me? Why, I don't know. I suppose if there were anything to talk about, we'd have talked.
You're not very good at it, either of you.
Now, Noah, what do you mean by
The
that?
child was going to say something. You wouldn't let her. Why?
You know how children prattle.
It was not the prattling of children that made you so tense.
Why should you think it was anything more?
This evening, David asked me, does he run as fast as I used to when I was a boy?
Oh.
You have been talking about me again, haven't you?
Please, Noah. It's been so long since I've seen that particular look in your eyes. Don't stir up old bitterness. It tastes worse each time.
I suppose this time had to come. The children had to wonder and worry and puzzle their little minds till they got up the courage to ask, why is Uncle Noah different? Why is Uncle Noah's hand the way it is? Why doesn't he have two hands to give the children instead of making us choose for one?
Noah, don't
Each day, I live it over. In 100 ways, the little tricks you have to use to make one hand do the job of both. Dressing, holding something heavy, opening a door from the right side. All those little things that two-handed people never even think about.
Noah, please don't say any more.
You think you can forget. And maybe sometimes you do. But then, at the moment you least expect it, something happens. Well, today it happened.
I'm sorry if the children upset you.
It was before the children spoke.
What was it, Noah?
Oh, Mordecai.
He didn't discharge you, did he?
Oh, no. But one of the men had left. A new job was open, a better job. I was entitled to it. I thought so. I said it. And he just looked at me. Then he looked at the hands. It was very clear after that.
Oh, Noah, I'm so sorry.
So it wasn't the children, not at first. Of course, what they said didn't help. But somehow you can accept it from children. They're not supposed to know better.
I shall talk to them in the morning.
No, Judah. Don't say anything to them. I wonder what Sharon meant when she said she'd like to give me a gift. Do you know?
Well, it was just childish nonsense. You wouldn't want to hear it, Noah.
Oh, of course not. I'm sorry about all the things I said. I didn't mean to upset you. I shall go out now and walk a bit before going to sleep.
I'll talk to those children first thing in the morning. I will.
Please, Judah, let them forget it. By tomorrow, the whole idea will be gone.
The idea that he could be cured. Who else but a child could believe that?
Well, if you think about it for an instant, it seems possible. Then your good sense takes hold again, and you know it cannot happen. Master, you must have made a great impression on them.
Yes. Sharon has never talked that way about anyone before. She seemed to glow from within, as she described it. But curing a withered hand, that's a different matter. Let's hope they don't mention it again. It only brings pain to Noah.
He's gone. Not a trace of the master, David. And only yesterday he was here. All his followers, they were camped right here. No, it's just an empty field again. I don't know how I feel, except that we've lost something. It's too late now, anyhow. Yes? If Uncle Noah... If we'd only had the chance to tell him...
If you'd only had the chance to tell me what, Sharon?
Uncle Noah...
Yes, Sharon, I followed you out here.
I didn't mean for you to hear... No, Mother said...
Mother doesn't know, and you didn't tell me. I asked. That's why I followed you. What was it, Sharon?
No, Uncle, please.
The gift you wanted to give me, what was it? Why wouldn't they let you speak?
David? I don't know, Sharon. Sometimes you never know what's right or wrong.
Come here. Now, Sharon. Tell me. Well?
Uncle Noah, we wanted to have your arm cured.
Oh. So that's it.
Please, Uncle, listen. The master, we saw him yesterday. We looked at him and we knew that he could do it.
It's impossible.
But he's cured others.
How do you know?
We know because we've seen him. Because we can feel it inside here. That's how we know.
You're only children. You don't know anything about life, about its disappointments. That's why children are happier. No, this useless hand cannot be cured. I know that.
Uncle Noah, please. If we asked, wouldn't you at least try?
What's useless is useless. No.
Uncle.
Oh, don't cry, my dear. I didn't mean to sound so harsh. Don't cry.
We wanted it so much for you. You wouldn't even try. You wouldn't even try.
I'm sorry, child. If it would make you feel better, if it would make you stop crying, I'd go. I'd try. Anything.
Would you?
Yes. You'll have to learn sometime. Grow up sometime. It happens to some earlier than to others. And this seems your time to learn. Yes, we'll find your master. We'll shatter those precious, fragile little things that are the dreams of children. Come.
The next temple. You said he was here, Uncle.
I know, but Sharon, you must be quiet. We must not disturb the many people here.
There he is, Uncle Noah. There he is.
Quiet, children. Have you no respect for a holy place?
Uncle, there he is, standing at the altar. Oh, come on.
Child, you were told to be quiet. The master is here to teach to grown-ups.
But my uncle, we came a whole day's journey to see the master.
Be quiet.
No, I won't be quiet. My uncle, he needs the master's help.
Quiet, child.
Warren, remember him? His name's Peter. Remember we saw him yesterday.
Did you, lad? Well, in any event, you must be quiet. You're disturbing your elders who have come here to learn.
Please, sir. We must see the master at once. Talk to him. Ask him about my uncle's hand.
But you can't disturb all the others now. Sir, please take these children out of the temple.
You say the master teaches to grown-ups. Is it then forbidden that children learn?
I do not understand you, sir.
Allow us to remain. For they must learn something here today, too. A lesson for children.
But the master doesn't teach to children. Please take them out. Master? Master, you look toward me as though you have something you wish to say to me?
Suffer the little children to come unto me, and forbid them not, for of such is the kingdom of heaven.
Yes, Master. Of course. Come, children. You too, sir. Come with me. I shall make room for you beside him. Come. Here, Master, are the children.
Go, Sharon. David, the master beckons you.
His arms go out to embrace them.
Verily I say unto you, whosoever shall not receive the kingdom of God as a little child, he shall not enter therein.
He's closed his eyes.
He blesses them now.
Master, I have something to ask of you.
No, Sharon, please. You don't know what such a disappointment can do to you.
Master, my brother and I, we have brought my uncle with us to see you because we know what you can do.
Yes, Master. We knew it when we first saw you.
Children, please, no.
Don't stop them, sir. Not now. Look at their faces. The belief and the hope that is there. Truly, only children can believe that way. Go on, child. Speak.
Master, my uncle is a fine man and a good man. He's never done an evil thing to anyone. And we love him. We want him to have the one thing in the world he wishes. And only you can give it to him. Only you. Uncle, give me your hand.
Sharon, no.
Please, Uncle. Look, Master. His hand, withered and no good. Not even for children to hold on to. Please, Master. Can you heal our uncle?
Stand forth.
Sir, he talks to you.
Yes. Yes, Peter. Master, it is strange. Perhaps because these two little ones believe so strongly, it is possible for me to feel again as I did when I was young and this affliction first came on me. Then I believed that it could be healed. I felt it. But it did not happen. And so I grew embittered and despondent and hopeless. But now, Master, I feel once again that it could be. Yes, Master, I believe it can be healed if you will it.
Stretch forth thine hand.
Uncle.
This hand. This hand over which I have mourned and wept and even cursed.
Look at it. Everyone, look at it. I hold both hands up for you to see. Can any one of you tell which one was withered only a moment ago? Master.
Uncle, when we get back home, just think what Mother will say. And Father.
What can one say? One can only believe now. Eh, David?
Oh, yes, Uncle, yes.
Oh, the strength of children to dream and to believe the things they dream. I couldn't have done it.
Why are most grown-ups like that, Uncle Noah?
Our minds become crusted over with the worries of this world. The eyes of our hearts are veiled by the things we see and touch. And we can never open them long enough to admit that things could be any other way. That's why the Master said, we must be as children to enter the kingdom of God, free of evil, eager in our belief, welcoming the new.
He said, of such is the kingdom of God. And his arms were around us.
Yes, Sharon. What older minds thought themselves too wise to believe, young hearts have proved right.
Next week, on this same network at this time, we will present another episode in the greatest story ever told from the greatest life ever lived.
The greatest story ever told. Presented by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Today, we present The Idle Word, a drama based on a teaching set forth in the 12th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Matthew. A teaching from the greatest life ever lived. In the town of Capernaum, the marketplace is crowded with shops where merchants casually set out their wares to attract the passers-by. But there was one shop for the wares are never set out quite neatly. And yet, people stop frequently to buy. For that is the shop of the boy David, who cannot tell whether his food is laid out neatly or not, because he is blind. But now, at this moment, the selling of food is far from the boy's mind, and the noise of the marketplace does not reach his ears. For he listens to only one thing, the voice of his friend, Jephthah. And Solomon slept with his father, and was buried in the city of David, his father, and Rehoboam, his son, reigned in his stead. And that, David, is the end of the 11th chapter of Kings. Oh, the end? Yes, that will be all for this day. It's a start. I understand. It was very nice of you to read to me again, Jephthah. A small thing one does for a friend, David. But you do it every day. If only I could see, I could go to the temple school and... good day, David. Have you a fine bit of food for a hungry man? Oh, Enoch? That's right, lad. It's Enoch, the man who never passes up the opportunity to do someone a good turn. That's why I've come out of my way to buy some of your fruit. This piece looks very tempting. Oh. Yes. You're calling, lad. Thank you, sir. Not at all. It's only right a man should help the unfortunate. You think so, Jephthah? I think so. But, David, I must be on my way now. Tomorrow, at the same time. Yes, please, Jephthah. Jephthah? Yes, Tina. I'm not one to probe. After all, if a man doesn't have some curiosity, he wouldn't be human, would he? I suppose it's natural to have curiosity. And if I had time, I'd discuss it with you, but as it is, I must rush off. That's the very thing I had in mind. Oh? I noticed that every evening at this time you leave here and, rush off someplace. Where, Jephthah? Where do you go? I don't think that's any of your business, Chuck. Indeed. That sounds as though you're ashamed of what you're doing, as though decent people might not approve. No, perhaps they wouldn't. Now, I must be going. Tomorrow, David. Tomorrow. How do you like that? Tell me, lad, does he ever... There he goes. I never asked. Oh, I see. David, I wonder if you know that when he gets to leave here, he goes straight home, and then in a little while he leaves his home carrying something under a napkin. He heads for the town gate and goes on out of the town, and no one knows where he goes. What are you trying to say, Enoch? Oh, I'm not saying anything. You make the whole thing up to be very strange, very suspicious. Well, you heard him yourself. He as much as said that decent people wouldn't approve. I wonder... What do you wonder? Nothing. But there are people in this town who can put two and two together and get the right answer. You think about that, David. Tell your friends to think about that, too. Wait, Enoch. Listen to me. Jephthah's a good man. He set up this store for me so I could earn my own living rather than be a beggar. He comes here every day to teach me because I'm blind. Don't say anything against him. I didn't say anything. It was Jephthah himself who said that decent people wouldn't approve. Well, good evening, lad. Good evening. Wait, Enoch. Wait. Go on. Rebecca, when he said that, there was no more surprised man in Capernaum than I. I've always thought he considered himself one of the good people of this town, but can you imagine? Jephthah said that. Did I say he did if he didn't? Of course not. And I'd always thought he was such a fine man. So did I. Enoch, I wonder... Yes, Rebecca? The thieves have been stealing during the night the past 2 weeks. I didn't want to say it. You think Jephthah had anything to do with them? I didn't say that, did I? Well, Malachi, when I heard him say that about himself, I was shocked. Imagine imagine flouting decency that way. You can't ever tell about a man, can you? No, I'd have sworn Jephthah was as good a man as can be. The kind things he does. For that brain boy, for instance. Maybe he does them for a purpose, huh? See what you mean. Yes. No one would suspect him if he went around doing kind things all the time. Certainly no one would accuse him of consorting with thieves, of bringing them food. He does that. What else would carry under that napkin? Of course. Oh, that's too bad. I wonder how long this will be allowed to go on. Yes, I wonder, Malachi.
And did you hear the latest, Malachi?
You mean about Jephthah?
Oh,
You know, it's all over town. He's a thief. Worse than a thief.
I didn't know it was that bad.
Oh, yes. The robbings which have taken place in town, done by friends of Jephthah's. By men who knew thieves. And then at night when we're all asleep, these thieves come down out of the hideout in the hills and rob us. You know, one of these nights some of us may be killed in our own bed.
Is it that bad?
Why not? Evil one day, murder the next. It can happen. And the blind boy. I wonder what part he plays in this.
You know, I never thought of that before. You think maybe Jephthah set up that story for the boy for some evil purpose?
Do I know the ways of thieves?
The elders should know about this. But if no one else will tell you, why should I? Far be it from me to pry into other people's affairs.
Jephthah? Is that you, Jephthah?
Yes, David.
I recognize the step.
Well, and how are you this afternoon, lad?
I'm all right.
Ready to begin our next lesson?
Yes, but first, Jephthah, is there something wrong with my story today?
Wrong?
Something that displeases people?
What? No, the fruit is all arranged as usual.
You're right. Because, well, I heard the marketplace sounds, as always, and as many people passed here today as ever before. And yet, only one person stopped here to buy any fruit from me.
One person? Only one?
Yes, Jephthah.
That is strange. But then it's to be expected that some days will be less than others. Don't worry about it.
Now, are you begin?
The 12th chapter of the King.
Wait, Jephthah. I hear a sound. Footsteps. Familiar footsteps. I think I know. Enoch? Ah, so you recognize my step this time. Good day, lad. Some fruit, Enoch? There's much to choose from today. I'm sorry, David, but due to certain circumstances, you will have to forget about my trade for a while. Just going away? No, but you see, people are becoming particular about where they buy their fruit, and your place here has become, undesirable. Undesirable? What have I done? That's the pity of it, lad. You have done nothing. It's the company you keep.
What do you mean by that, Eden?
Oh, come, Jephthah. Don't act the innocent with me or with anybody else in this town. We know too much about you.
Now, see here, Enoch.
Me? Jephthah? Take your hands off me. Although I must admit that such menacing conduct quite bears out what people are saying. You are a dangerous man, Jephthah. And now, why don't you go? After all, it's getting dark. Your friends will be waiting.
Then? What do you know about them?
Oh, so you admit it, do you? Well, it's no surprise to any of us, Jephthah. No surprise at all.
Well, David, how are you today?
Rebecca, is that you?
Yes, lad. I came by here to tell you something important.
Important?
Yes. No matter what happens, you are not to worry.
Why should I worry?
Just don't, that's all. You'll be well taken care of. Most of us don't believe that you have anything to do with it. You're an innocent victim.
What are you talking about? Tell me, please.
We'll find someone else to come and read to you every afternoon.
Jephthah, something's happened to him?
Not yet.
I don't like what you're saying. I don't like it at all. I'm going to do something about it. I am.
Wait, lad, come back. A blind boy shouldn't run. You fall and hurt yourself.
for trouble. Why, David.
Nathan, I came here as fast as I could. I'm glad the town held her. You can help.
Who struck you, David? Tell me who it was, and I'll deal with him.
No one struck me, sir. I fell several times while I was on my way here. But I had to get here quickly. It's terrible. Terrible.
What is terrible?
They're going to do something to Jeff, sir.
Who?
Everybody. They're all against him. You're the only one who can help. Please do something.
Of course I will, lad. But the first thing is to take care of you. Sarah, bring a bowl of hot water and some cloths. This boy's wounds must be attended to at once. Quiet, everyone. You're all wondering why I sent for you. So now what's this I've been hearing about Jephthah? Of what are you accusing him?
He's in league with thieves, Nathan.
Jephthah consorting with thieves. Where'd you get this nonsense?
Malachi told me.
Oh, Malachi?
The truth. Ask Jephthah. Aye. He never suspected him. But he's one of the band. Feeds them by night. Yes, sir.
You know this?
Of course.
Well, when did you see him do it?
Oh, I didn't see him. Oh? But I know because Enoch told me.
Enoch, what do you know about this?
Just what the others know.
And I suppose you heard it from someone else.
Indeed, I did.
Well, then, it's all gossip.
Is it? Jephthah told me himself.
I don't believe it. I'm going to find him. I'm going to ask him.
And where will you find him, may I ask? At his house? No. At the blind boy's store? Indeed not. Because he's in neither of those two places.
How do you know?
It's very simple. We watch him every moment he's in town. And he just passed through the town gate a short time ago.
You spy on him.
The day we catch those thieves for you, you won't call it spying. And we'll catch Jephthah with them.
Quiet, all of you. I did not realize that your tempers had been aroused to such a pitch. That being the case, I will have to take a hand here. Now then, the first thing you will all do is come with me.
You find something at Jephthah's house? We're sure of that.
I had not intended searching there. You're going to see the master.
Why, I don't see what he has to do with it.
I think he has a great deal to do with it. And with you, Enoch. Most of all.
With me? Why do you speak to me so accusingly?
I think you will know soon enough. Now, are you coming with me? Fortunately, we shall have no difficulty finding him. He has just arrived to spend the night here in Capernaum.
I didn't know he arrived.
Enoch, if you spent less of your time gossiping, you'd have more time to hear the good things. Now, come along, all of you.
Nathan, you won't say anything harsh about me, will you? Not to the master. After all, I'm a righteous man, God-fearing, charitable. You know that.
And why are you trembling so, Enoch?
Just don't accuse me falsely before him.
I shall ask him for his judgment. That is all. I'll be still while I speak to him. Master, I know you are tired from the long day's journey, and I do not like to trouble you now. But sometimes inflamed tempers cannot wait. So I ask you, Master, keep these people from acting rashly on gossip alone. Keep them from making false accusations.
I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned.
Me? Condemned? I do nothing wrong. How can you say that to me, Master?
You have accused yourself, Enoch. Your own guilt has made you admit that the Master's words apply to you.
Now, wait, all of you, listen to me. I want a chance to defend myself. You heard what the Master said. Men shall have to account for their idle words, for the gossip and the untruth they speak.
We heard that, Enoch.
Well, that does not apply to me because I speak the truth, and I'll prove it to you. What do you think of that?
You can prove it? How?
First, you must give me your promise that no word of my plan will reach Jephthah.
Why must it be so secret?
Because Jephthah shall trap himself. And, Master, when he does, I will bring him here to you. And then you shall see if I'm guilty of speaking idle words and carrying gossip. You shall all see. Tomorrow night.
Well, Enoch, how long must we wait?
Not very long now. He usually leaves his house at this time.
You seem to know his every move.
I do. After all, you think I made my charges against him lightly?
Well, there he is.
Oh, no. Be quiet, David. You were allowed to come along only because Nathan insisted, but you're not to try to warn Jephthah. Yes, sir. Now, you see, Nathan, he does carry something covered by a napkin.
You're right. I think we should follow him.
Oh, you're a new hand at this sort of thing, Nathan. We can't follow him yet. We must wait until he's closer to the city gate. He must see us now. We must wait. If I could talk to him, I'm sure he's doing nothing wrong. Silence, boy. We just wait.
David, hold on to my arm.
Yes, sir. Where are we now?
Approaching the town gate.
Can you see him?
No, but Enoch says he knows exactly where to go.
Indeed, I do. Jephthah doesn't go along the road the way honest people do, but he turns just outside the gate and goes off to the left and up the hillside.
Easy, lad. I have your hand. You will not fall.
Perhaps he ought to go back. He can't help it. He might only hinder us. Please, Nathan, I want to go. I want to find out for myself.
The boy goes with us.
All right, Nathan.
Well, now we're at the gate. What next?
Now, wait. Just one moment. Our luck. There's a bright moon tonight. There, Nathan. You see? What is it, sir?
Jephthah. I can see him making his way up the hillside, moving among the rocks, but he's not moving very quickly.
That's our good fortune. We can catch up to him if we hurry. Come! Come! Nathan, I hope that you've been noticing.
I can still see Jephthah. That's what you mean.
I meant more than that. The ground we walk on, it's not the rough, untracked land of a desolate hillside. It almost looks as though a path has been beaten along here.
Yes, it does. They're much smoother than I thought.
And yet no one from town comes here except one man, Jephthah. And then, of course, at night, his robber friends come down this way. If you need any proof as to what's been going on, you have most of it already. That's not true. Look, lad, leave deduction to those who can see. You shouldn't expect that.
Easy, lad.
Well, it's true, isn't it? What right does a blind boy have to tell us that obvious things are not so?
We are doing what you asked, Enoch. There's no need to hurt the boy any further.
Well, this is no time to discuss it. We must catch up with Jephthah. We must confront him. Come on, hurry. Close enough to Jephthah to be careful. He might hear us now if we make any loud noises or call out.
Where is he going? That's what I'd like to know.
I believe I have the answer.
Well?
The cave. Don't you remember? Or didn't you climb these hills when you were a boy?
Yes, I did.
And you don't remember the place called the Cave of the Bandits?
Oh, yes, I remember now.
Well, as boys, we used to call it by that name since the games we played. But I think that maybe Jephthah has really turned it into a cage for bandits. You mustn't say that. The evidence is too clear now. That's why he's carrying that food to the sea. You don't even know if it is food, he's telling you. I wager that it is. You lie. You lie about a fine man, a decent man, a good man. I will not be quiet. I won't let you talk that way about him. Chester! You little fool, you'll pay for this. Chester! Wait for us! Wait! There. He heard. See, he turned around. I told you, Nathan, that we shouldn't have taken this boy with us. He's ruined everything.
Maybe he hasn't. But Jester's almost to the cave now. He can't deny that's where he's going. But he's waiting for us. We'd better catch up with him. Come. Hold fast to me, lad.
Yes, sir. Hurry. Hurry.
What do you want here, Nathan? Enoch, why have you dragged this poor lad all the way up here?
You find out what we want.
Well?
Chester?
Yes, lad.
Chester, they've been saying all kinds of horrible things about you. That you're a friend to see, that you carry food to them. Tell them it's a lie. Show them what you have hidden there under that napkin. Well, Chester, tell them that it isn't food. What's the matter? Why doesn't someone say something?
Yes, Chester. Show us what you have there. Remove the napkin.
All right. There.
Ah, you think it is food. I told you. No, Chester, there's a mistake.
No, lad, no mistake. And now that you've found out, why did you all back?
Oh, no, we're going to see this too. Why, food. Where are you taking it? To the cave?
Yes, to the cave.
Then that's where we're going.
There's danger, I tell you.
If anything happens to us, you will answer for it, Chester. It's up to you to keep your friends from harming us.
I had to warn you, that's all. Now, come. I'll lead you the rest of the way.
I'll tell you now, I'm not going into that dark cave. It's a trap, Nathan.
That is too necessary. Jephthah, you're to tell your friends to come out here. Into the open.
Yes, sir. Wait here. Simon, Zedekiah, I'm here.
You see? He knows them well, Nathan.
Here they come.
Here they are. Full thieves. Cave soldiers. I'm going to take a good look at them. I'll see if there's anyone we know. You there. Stand still. Don't move. I want to see who you are. Turn your face this way, toward the moon. I want to take a good look.
Look. What is it? Do you know them? Look. Leopard.
Come. Well, get away from here quickly.
I told you, Enoch. So-called decent people wouldn't approve. They let these poor men starve to death rather than come close to them. I couldn't do that. I'm sorry. That's why all this had to be done secretly by night.
You see, Nathan, my friend wasn't helping Steve.
Yes, I know that now. Enoch, you almost had me believing your slanderous stories. It shows the evil power of idle gossip. Even reasonable men can be misled by it. But it seems so logical. We made Jephthah an outcast because he pitied the unfortunate and fed them. And he was right. We so-called decent people shrink from these sick men, let them starve. And yet for his courage and kind heart, we persecuted and accused Jephthah. Now, Enoch, are you ready to return to the master with your proof?
And forgive me, Jephthah. And you too, David. I thought I was a decent man, kind, charitable. But I've been an evil man, carrying the idle word from one person to another, sowing hatred and suspicion.
I shall return to the master. I shall admit my guilt. I shall ask to be forgiven, as should all those who have spoken falsely against others.
This program was brought to you by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Next week on this same network at this time, we will present The Challenge, based on a teaching from the 6th chapter of the Gospel according to St. Matthew. Another episode in the greatest story ever told from the greatest life ever lived. This is the ABC.
The greatest story ever told.
Presented by the United States Armed Forces Radio Service.
Tonight we present Flight of Children, a drama based on a teaching from the greatest life ever lived. In the town of Emmaus this day, everyone has the holiday feeling, though it is an ordinary day. People glance toward the town gate every so often, as though they expect some important person to arrive. The lepers outside the town walls, and the beggars at the gate, all of them, wet their lips anxiously in anticipation of a feast. And in the great house of Joel, special preparations go on, for a feast of welcome is being prepared.
Boys, let's come off now for the bread.
Let me see. Oh, that's very good. You may begin banking this fire. The ox is well roasted.
Yes, mistress. Boy, quickly. I want you to bank this fire.
And the lambs here. Let me taste of those.
Yes, of course. There.
Not quite. Have them turn the spits more slowly. After all, Seth always liked lamb browned to a crisp.
Yes, mistress, it shall be done. Everything to your son's taste.
Good. And, that child. Ruth, dear.
Yes, Aunt Eunice?
Child, you've been underfoot all day. You shouldn't be here in the kitchen.
But you said everyone would have to help.
Yes, I did say that. But now you and I will go outside for a breath of air, shall we?
Oh, yes.
Well, it shall all be the way I planned.
I hope so, Aunt Eunice. Why does he stay away so long?
It's the way of some men to travel, to see things. And he's been all over the known world. To think that I would have a child who would see the whole world.
He's not a child. He's a man.
To a mother, even men are children.
What's he like? Is he tall? Does he smile much?
I forgot. You've never seen him. He left here before you and your mother came to live. Well, he is tall, and he does smile, especially his eyes. He used to have the gayest eyes I've ever... I wonder why I said that.
What, Aunt Eunice?
That he used to have the gayest eyes. What a strange thing to say.
He won't mind my being here, will he? I mean, Mother and I.
Why, of course not. What kind of kinsman would he be if he turned from his own relation? But about your mother, how is she feeling today?
Not too good.
Then we should go to her room to see her at once. Come.
Mistress, he's here.
Seth?
Yes, mistress. Someone saw from the window. Look.
Yes.
We should go to greet him.
No, child. I'll go to greet him alone. Seth!
Mother.
Oh, Seth, 6 years. 6 long years.
Please, Mother.
Seth, what is it?
People are watching.
Let them watch. My son is home. That's all that matters. Oh, Seth.
Mother, this has to come out sooner or later, so we might as well face it now. You're not to call me Seth.
What do you mean?
Seth is a perfectly good name for this provincial country and this town. But in Rome and in Greece, it seemed better to call myself Sylvanus. That's my name now.
Oh. Son, let me look into your eyes.
My eyes?
Just let me look into them. Yes. But how I wish I'd been wrong.
What do you mean, Mother?
They used to be the gayest eyes. Come, son. We must prepare for the welcome feast.
Well, does that account for all the beggars and lepers waiting about the gate? I suppose they expect to be fed, don't they?
It's the custom. A way to show how thankful we are when a loved one returns.
Get rid of them. They offend me.
We can't do that. Your father left us too good a name to despoil in that way.
But I told you the very sight of them is offensive to me.
Then, son, this one time you'll have to be offended. We can't turn them away. Now, come. We must get ready for the feast.
Yes, Mother. But I can see there will have to be changes around here. They'd never stop eating or talking.
You shouldn't feel that way. After all, they came only to honor you, to celebrate with me the return of my son.
That doesn't make eating with them any the more tolerable. But I noticed one thing, Mother. When all the others left, one guest seemed to stay on. Strange guest. A child.
Oh, of course. In the excitement, I forgot. Ruth! The poor child wanted so much to meet you. Ruth.
Yes, Aunt Eunice?
Come in here, my dear. Meet your Uncle Seth. Your Uncle Sylvanus.
How do you do, Uncle?
Huh?
Am I related to that?
Son, please. She's the daughter of your cousin Malachi. When he died, I asked the child and her mother to come to live with us.
Oh, there's a mother, too. I don't think I saw her.
She wasn't at the feast. She's ill.
Ill? I see. Now then, child, do you like it here?
Yes, Uncle Seth.
Well, in the first place, I'm not your uncle, only your cousin, twice removed, so we shall dispense with the uncle. Secondly, my name is not Seth, but Sylvanus. Thirdly, you shall call me Sir. Now, this is quite new to me about your mother and you. I don't know as I like it.
What do you mean, sir?
It's part of my idea, my new idea. But don't you worry, it won't affect you.
But my mother, will it affect her?
We shall see. Now, I must go to the meeting.
Meeting? When did you arrange a meeting?
At the feast. There are certain men in this town I want to talk to. Now I must go. We all seem to be here. The meeting shall come to order. Friends, I, for one, am looking forward very anxiously to hearing our newly returned traveler. After all, never before has any man from our town traveled so extensively, seen so much, and returned to tell us about it. Sylvanus? Well, gentlemen, it's good to be back home again. Things are quite the same as they were when I left years ago.
Did you hear that?
Now, at first blush, you might pride yourselves on that. But I say it's too bad. Very much too bad. Now, wait. Hear me out. You haven't had the advantages of travel and education and experience that I've had. There is a new tide sweeping the world. It is power. Ruthless power. Yes, Caesar rules the world today. And why? Because we have been too soft. I return here, and what do I see? Beggars and lepers and sick people living on food we work hard to raise. And they add nothing to our welfare as a people or a town.
And suppose they don't? They still have to live.
Do they? But now wait, let me prove what I say. Mordecai, how many people live in this town now?
Roughly 2,300.
There, you see. When I left here, there were barely 1,800. Now then, do our farms produce more grain? Do our sheep give more wool? Our cattle more meat? No. Yet there are more mouths to feed. Useless mouths. The useless people are taking food from the productive people. And food is too precious to be wasted.
Are you suggesting that we kill off the aged, the sick, the beggars?
Well, in Sparta, over 400 years ago, they destroyed sickly children at birth and produced a very hardy people. But I don't suggest that here. We won't harm anyone. Just turn them out, I say. Let them provide for themselves. Go elsewhere. Eventually, there'll be no more problem.
Likely because they'll starve to death.
Likely.
But it's against 1,000 years of our tradition. It's not the way I was brought up to turn from those who need help. How could I ever face the master again if I took part in such a thing?
The master?
I should have known from the way you talked that you hadn't ever heard of him. I'm getting out of here. And so will every other decent man.
Oh, wait, friends, wait. If Elisha wants to go, he's free to do so. He's merely indulging his own stupid sentimentality.
Am I? Well, I've heard enough.
What? It's good we found out about him before it was too late. Now then, listen to me. In this world, food is strength. Knowledge is strength. Usefulness is strength. And all else is weakness, including sentimental ideas about caring for the weak. Everyone who works, eats. All the rest eliminate themselves by starvation. It's the only way.
I don't know. What about children?
Fair to be said, with an eye toward their usefulness later on. Now then, what do you say? Will you work for growth and advancement of our country, or for your own eventual destruction? The choice is that clear.
To throw over our traditions of charity and mercy.
Think about it, Mordecai. All of you. Do you want to be a nation enslaved to Caesar forever? Do you?
going to have anything to do with that inhuman plan?
I don't know, Elisha.
An elder of the town, a man charged with the responsibility of seeing that things run right here, and you don't know?
I know that on the surface it seems harsh and unjust.
But could it be anything else?
That young man has traveled, studied, seen. What do we know of the world spending our lives here in this little town? It's true that one day Caesar's legions came here and we were engulfed. That much is true. And perhaps because of just what Sylvanus said, we were weak.
Sylvanus. The name Seth isn't good enough for him anymore.
You resent him because he's had the chance to grow more than we, to get a better view of this world.
Then you're going along with him.
Well, on the basis of simple figures, it's clear that there's no food to waste in this world. The people who can't work are really stealing from those who can every time they eat.
I see. Well, I've wasted my time trying to talk to you, Mordecai. You'll excuse me.
Son, I don't like to interrupt you when you seem so obviously occupied in your own mind, but I have to.
Well, Mother, what is it this time?
Son, jealous people are trying to ruin your reputation.
What have you heard, Mother?
A horrible story about driving the sick and the beggars from town, about putting the aged out to starve, many things like that. This evil gossip must be denied at once.
I couldn't very well deny it if it were the truth.
I'm sure I don't understand you, son.
I thought I made it clear enough.
No. It could never be clear. If it's what I think you mean.
I'm sure you understand.
Then, am I to go?
No, Mother. You're quite safe. As a matter of fact, our house shall be affected least of all.
What do you mean?
The child's mother. She's the only one.
You drive a sick woman from my house.
She's sick, so she's useless. That's the test.
I forbid it.
Mother, perhaps there is one thing that should be understood between us. This is not your house, but mine. Sons, not wives, succeed to property.
I see.
This thing will have small beginnings here in this one town, but it will spread to other towns, to a whole nation. We'll be strong.
Son, I hadn't meant to say anything about this, but I see things are far worse than I thought. You've grown away from me and your father.
My father is dead.
But the teachings he left with you, they're not dead. And they won't be, unless you destroy them. Son, since your father died, there's been another who talks in the same way, who teaches charity and kindness.
Another? Who?
The Master.
So I hear his name again. Who is this man?
Some of us believe he is more than man.
What does that mean?
You can find out for yourself by going to hear him.
I know enough of him now to know I won't go. Besides, the day for driving out the useless and the helpless is already set. 3 days hence is when it happens.
Oh, no. I thought learning would serve some purpose, would bring good things to fruit in your heart. Instead, it's robbed me of the son I had and given me a son I cannot love.
I am sorry, Mother. Perhaps one day you'll discover the wisdom of doing things my way. But whether you do or not, the day has been set. Nothing will change that. Do you want to tell the mother of the little girl, or shall I?
I'll tell her. Miriam, my dear, I have to talk to you.
Yes, Eunice. Is it about your son? about why he's never come here to my room to see me. I quite understand. Ruth tells me he's very busy. Has been ever since he returned.
It was partly about that.
You don't have to worry. We understand. Don't we, Ruth?
Yes, Mother.
But this is different, my dear. It's about... Well, I don't know how to tell you.
What is it, Eunice?
It's an order from my son. You shall have to leave here.
Leave this house?
This town.
But why?
You are guilty of the crime of uselessness.
What?
How can I explain to you what I don't understand myself?
Ruth, did you hear? We'll have to go.
Yes, Mother.
A child doesn't have to go. She can stay on.
She'll be fed. Cared for?
Yes, right here in this house.
I see. It'll be more than I could do for her.
Oh, no, Mother, no. You wouldn't leave me.
What can I do for you? I don't even know how long I'd be with you. It would be better for you to remain here. At least you'll be cared for.
But, Mother, without you, You don't love me anymore.
Of course, child. I love you more than you know. More even than I realized till this moment.
I've made up this bundle of clothes for you, my dear. And there's a good supply of food hidden in with the clothes.
Thank you, Eunice. And now, where's Ruth? It's strange. This is the day I must leave, and yet she's hardly been near me.
She's bewildered, hurt only as a child can be hurt. Oh, how I wish there was something I could do.
What can anyone do? Look, through the window. So many people, and all with packs and bundles. Are they all going?
Yes. The beggars and the sick, all taking what little they have and leaving.
So many.
Mother, are you leaving now?
Ruth, dear, your mother was worried about you. Where were you?
Getting ready.
Ready? What are you carrying, child?
My things.
My dear, I told you can't go.
Well, I am. We're all going.
All?
I've talked to all the other children. The ones whose fathers or mothers will have to leave here today. And we all decided to go with you.
Go with us? But what will happen to all of you when we can no longer take care of you?
We don't care. We're leaving here. Oh, please, Mother, take me with you. Please.
Yes, Miriam, take her. I wouldn't want her raised here. This will never be a fit place for children again. Take her with you.
Yes, child. Give me your hand. We'll join the others. Eunice, would you open the door for us?
Well, Mordecai, look at them. For the last time. There are the people who've been robbing us under the pretense of charity.
Look, there's Abraham. It's difficult for him to walk. He's so old. And Deborah, the way she struggles along.
Don't turn soft now, Mordecai. In an hour, we'll have seen the last of all of them. Wait.
What is it, Sylvanus?
Children. There's so many children going with them. That was not to happen.
The order only spoke of the useless and the aged.
Well, look, Ruth, going with her mother. There's something wrong. I'll stop them before they get to the town gate. Ruth, come back here. Children are needed. Come back. What do you want the child? Ruth, where are you going?
With my mother.
Weren't you told to stay?
I'm going.
You can't make me stay, can you, Mother?
No. She's going with me. You're a fool. What will happen to the child when you're dead? You thought of that? Here, child, let go of her hand.
No, no.
Let go, I say. Let go. What's happened? Why is everyone so quiet?
Look, Mother. At the town gate. Look. It's he. The master. Yes. The master.
Well, why is everyone stopped? Go on, all of you. Get out. Get out. Well, why don't you move?
Because of the master. He stands at the gate. No one will leave now.
Oh, but they will. Let me through here. Let me through.
What happens here, friend? Where do all these people go? Is there plague here that they run away?
I don't know who you are, and I don't care. Just stand aside and let these people get out of this town.
My name is Peter. I'm known to a good many of these people. I have a right to ask about them. Well, won't anyone tell me?
Yes, sir. I will.
Be quiet, child.
No.
I said you're not to speak.
See here, man, the child shall have her say. Even if you don't want to hear her, the master does. My friends and I, we do too. Come, my dear, tell us.
Sir, we had no trouble here till this man came back. And now my mother, all of the sick people, and the old people, the beggars, they must all leave here.
Who says so? Where's the elder of this town? Where's he?
Here I am.
Is it on your order that these unfortunate people are forced to leave here? Why? For what reason?
Well, Sylvanus here. Yes, the idea is mine. Those who cannot be useful must leave. The only way to provide plenty for those who can be useful.
I never heard of such a thing.
Sir, he made it all while he was away. Before he came back, I used to dream about him, about how wonderful it would be to hear all the things he learned. But everything he learned has been evil. What good is learning if it makes men bad?
Yes, child. What good is it? Master, as you have said yourself, from out of the mouths of babes. Master, what is to be done here?
The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
A man's eye, single, full of light.
Yes, Mordecai. The eye of a man's spirit as it looks out on his fellow men. If he has a good heart, all he does will be good. But if his heart and eye are evil, all he does will be evil. All his knowledge will be twisted to evil purposes.
Master, forgive me. The fault is mine. How could I have deserted the traditions of our people? As elder of the town, I should have known better. But that Sylvanus, with his newfound knowledge, his theories, he misled and befuddled me.
The child here. She said it. In her childish innocence, she knew a great truth better than any of them. What good is learning if it makes men bad?
My child, come here.
Yes, sir.
You need not leave. Your mother need not leave. And if your arrogant kinsman doesn't find room for you, then I shall.
And what of all the others?
Of course, child. My good friends, I ask your forgiveness. I was badly mistaken. I should have asked as did the child. Did all the new ideas Sylvanus gave us bring forth one simple suggestion for producing more food? No. He only wanted to equalize things by having fewer people. his heart being evil, his actions were evil. Well, his ideas shall never hold sway here again. So all of you, go back. Go back to your homes. Master, with your help, I shall do my part to see that virtue and kindness wipe away the disgrace we have had here this day.
Presented by the United States Armed Forces Radio Service.
The greatest story ever told. Presented by the United States Armed Forces Radio Service. Tonight we present The Unbelieving, a drama based on a teaching from the greatest life ever lived. In a Galilean town that faces on the Great Sea, there is sudden activity down at the waterfront. For one large vessel has just run up a flag signifying that she will sail with the tide. Casks of water and much food are being hauled down to the shore for loading. And the captain is not only busy giving his orders, but is also talking to the merchant, Aaron.
Mind you, Abner, throw those casks securely. Now, Aaron, what do you say? Time's short. I have to know.
Well, a man has to have time to think.
Think? Nothing to think about. I've told you where I'm sailing woolen cloth is as precious as food. They'll pay for it in gold. And let me take all the cloth you can spare, and I'll bring you back enough money to pay for it 3 times over, even after my share. Well, Aaron?
I don't know. Risk a good part of my possessions, And a vessel can sink?
No vessel of mine has ever been lost, Aaron.
I know, but I have to be a little more cautious than most men.
What do you mean?
Well, a man doesn't like to talk of it, but I have a son, and he's not a well lad. Not that he's sick all the time, mind you, but suddenly from out of nowhere, the sickness seems to come on him like an evil spirit. And when it strikes him, he tosses and twists frantically as though he had a struggle going on inside of him, as though he wanted to throw off the evil spirit.
Too bad, that. I've heard of such sickness.
Well, you can understand that I must always have money to take care of the boy. I can't risk losing a good part of what I have.
I see. Well, I'll find another merchant who'll do it.
Now, wait. I'll return to the house, talk to my wife. I might yet decide to do it. Give me an hour, huh?
An hour? All right, an hour, but no longer. I must sail with the tide. All right, men, careful with the loading.
Rebecca.
Yes, Aaron, what is it? You're out of breath. Is there something wrong?
Oh, no. It's just that the time's come to make an important decision. It must be made in a hurry. I want your advice.
Well?
If we could triple our money...
Triple it? How?
All I have to do is entrust most of my stock of woolen cloth to Nathan, the sea captain. He'd take it to a port where he assures me he can sell it for 3 times its price here.
Nathan? He's a very honest man. And a good captain, too. Why not do what he asks?
Well, you know how the seas are. Gales blow up suddenly. Huge waves. Treacherous rocks. Anything could happen.
But isn't that one of the risks of doing business?
Is it a risk I can afford to take? After all, we must think of Michael. There must always be enough money for him.
Oh, Aaron. Aaron, why did it have to happen to our son? Our only child.
Did anyone ever expect it? The first time it happened, I thought the end of the world had come for us. Never since then, it's been uppermost in my mind. That's why now I have to consider how this could affect him.
Still, you have to believe in something. You have to believe that things will work out right.
Believe? You're reproaching me again, Rebecca.
Oh, no, Aaron. I'm trying to help you.
You know me better than anyone does, my dear. That I'm a man who believes only what he knows. A fact is a fact, and there's nothing more.
Aaron, tomorrow the master will be here again.
No, please, don't ask me to go. It would be mockery. I don't believe. Can't believe. I don't belong there.
If you'd only try.
Don't make me do it.
Not if you won't feel right. But now, what are you going to tell Nathan?
I think I know what I should tell him.
You'll do it?
No.
But why?
The fact. We must bear them in mind. The ship can sink. The cloth can be lost.
Those are fears, not facts.
But they can happen. They can be facts.
All right, dear. Any decision you make will be good enough for me.
Then I'll tell him. Oh, but before I go, is the boy here?
Yes.
Good. I want to see him. To make sure he's still in good health.
I'll call him for you. Michael, your father wants to see you a moment.
Yes, Father? You want me?
Yes, son. How do you feel today?
Why, fine, Father. Very well. Why?
Why? Must the father explain because he cares about his son? Must he, lad? Come here.
Yes, Father.
Now then, hold out your hand. There. Copper coin for you, Michael. And you're to spend it on something frivolous. Something that's no good at all, but something you'd like to have. Promise?
Yes. But why?
Just because you're a fine lad? Strong? Healthy? That's why. And now I have to go down to the waterfront. Business, you know.
Thank you very much, Father.
Well, Aaron, back I see. Have you decided?
The answer is no, Nathan.
No? Say, what kind of businessman are you? Don't you like to make an honest profit?
The risks are too great. Too many things can happen.
Aaron, if I felt the way you do, I'd never take my vessel out of sight of land.
I told you before that
I know. But still, if a man does his job right, he has to have faith that everything else will turn out well. If a man doesn't believe in that, he just doesn't believe in anything.
And if a man can't believe in anything?
You know, I feel sorry for you, Aaron. Yes, very sorry. But I'll find another merchant who will take the risk with me.
Wait, No. No, you'd better find another merchant.
I will. Samuel, perhaps, is a smart man. He'll know a good thing when he sees it.
Aaron, I'm glad you're early today.
What is it? Not the boy.
Oh, no. Samuel has just come by to see you. He's in here.
Samuel? Oh.
Please, dear, at least be polite about it.
Well, Samuel, good to see you. I must congratulate you on your good luck.
The best transaction I ever made. You know, Nathan said 3 times the price. Actually, it was more than that.
So I understand. Suppose you think I'm a fool for passing by the opportunity?
Not at all. No one of us makes the right decision every time, but I thought you might be interested in something new. You see, that one transaction has convinced me there's a great opportunity, so I decided to put in my money, with several others, of course. We'll assemble a fleet of ships, say 4, to begin with, and we'll carry on trade with our own ships and our own goods. And Nathan will run it all for us. How does that sound to you?
I wish you the best of luck, Samuel.
Wait, you don't understand. We'd like to have you in with us.
You want me to join with you?
Of course. You'll do it, won't you?
I'm not a man to rush into things, Samuel. I'll have to think it over.
Of course. Tomorrow, then?
Well, we'll see.
Yes. Let us know when you decide, Aaron. Goodbye.
Well, Aaron, it sounds fine, doesn't it?
I don't know. One man among many. Don't you see what that means? I won't really have control over my own money.
But if you can all make more money together than you can singly, isn't it worth it?
But to let others decide what to do with my money, I don't have faith in others.
Oh, I see.
Understand, I don't say they're dishonest. But men are a little more lax with money that's not their own.
You mean you're not going to do it?
I mean I won't jump at it. I'll think about it.
Aaron, have you seen them? Talked to them?
Yes.
And?
I couldn't do it.
Well, at least you made up your mind. You won't be worrying about it as you have the last 2 days.
Rebecca, you don't know. You just don't know. You think it's over when I make my decision. No. I think about it and think about it. It keeps going through my mind at night when all others rest.
Not all others rest.
You mean you know?
Of course. You can't worry alone, Aaron. Not as long as I'm your wife.
I see.
Yes, dear. I know what it means not to have faith in anyone or anything. It means you live alone in a world full of people who want to be your friends, but don't get the chance.
You I have faith in you.
Yet you've never had enough faith to do what I asked.
About the master?
Yes.
You're right. I guess I don't really have faith in you either, then.
That's not the worst of it, Alan. Don't you see? You don't even have faith in yourself.
But I do.
Do you? Here were 2 times when you were faced with a good opportunity, and yet you couldn't make up your mind to do it. It's always been the same. That's the bad part, Alan. A man without faith is a man without faith in himself.
Rebecca.
Yes, Alan.
Do you hate me?
No, Alan. But I do pity you. And I want to help you. If you want help.
I don't know. I have no faith. And I don't even know where to start to have it. I'm lost. Lost.
Michael? Aaron. Aaron, did you hear anything?
What? Did I
hear? He called out. We must go to him. Michael! Michael!
Son, do you hear me? He doesn't hear me, Rebecca.
Again. It's happened again, Aaron.
Yes, dear. We mustn't lose our heads. We must do what we can.
Do? What can we do?
Wait. Just wait. I guess that's all. Poor boy. Poor boy. To be so stricken. Son, this evil thing will pass. It has to pass.
The way he struggled. It was never quite so bad as this before. If only we could talk to him, get him courage, let him know that we're standing here beside him in this moment.
We can say nothing, do nothing, just wait and watch.
And pray.
I wish you would, Rebecca.
And you?
I'm lost a time like this. It's the price of not believing. You pray, my dear, for both of us. Rebecca, morning. I wondered if it would ever come. I must go in and have a look. Oh, son. Son, I could never say this to you if you were listening. Never. Maybe you wonder. Maybe it goes through your young mind sometimes, and I can't tell. You'd have a right to ask. You'd have a right to say, Father, can't you do something for me? Can no one lift this curse from me? Yes, you could ask that. And what could I say? Only that I've done all I can. But there doesn't seem to be anything that can help.
Aaron.
But
Aaron,
you heard.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Haven't I thought the same many times?
I guess there are some things a man should never say.
He should never say he's done all he can.
Haven't I?
No, dear.
So many physicians, they've all said the same, done the same. Say they're sorry, shake their heads,
I wasn't suggesting that you take him to another physician.
Oh. I know what you mean now.
Yes. The master.
You want me to take him? A man who doesn't believe?
You could, if you wanted.
No. You don't really understand what goes on inside me. Are there times...
Mother? Michael, you're here. And you too, Father.
Yes, Michael. We're here. Only waiting for you to wake up, son. See? Look out there. It's morning. You've just awakened.
It was a bad night, Father.
You must have dreamed it.
It came so suddenly. I was frightened. I wanted you and Mother, but you weren't here.
We were here, son. We'll always be here. And now your mother and I must get you something to eat. You must be hungry.
Yes, dear. We'll bring you something.
Is better.
Only for the moment. You know how it's been before.
Yes, I know.
Then won't you do what I ask?
I wanted to. But there's nothing within me that responds. All things I know, I must know through seeing, feeling, experiencing. Only after that can I believe.
I'm only asking for our son's sake.
You could take him?
No, Anne. You're the one who must do it. Try.
Rebecca, he doesn't look well again. There's that look in his eyes. I'm afraid it's coming on again.
I know.
So we must wait the next weeks in dread that will happen once more.
And because you have no faith, we do nothing, not even for our own son.
Perhaps robbed our son, too. Oh, I've thought about it. But there's still something missing in me.
Perhaps if we started out, the three of us, on the road, it might come to you. The ability to believe.
We could find him. We could talk to him before this dread thing struck Michael again. Do you think so?
We could at least try. For our own son. Oh, Aaron. Aaron, give him his chance before it's too late. The next time he may die.
Please, Rebecca, don't cry. This time I'll do as you say. For the boy's sake, we'll go.
We've never been this far from home before.
No, Michael.
And do you feel well, son? A little tired, but I can go on. We are going on, aren't we?
Another day, possibly two. Then we shall be there.
Capernaum. Mother. Michael, what is it? I don't know. It seemed like the blackness was coming again. Mother, and...
I have him in my arms. There. We must set him down to rest a while.
It's growing dark. Will we stay here by the roadside forever?
He's more ill now than he's ever been. This time is the worst of all.
What can we do for him here? The water's already gone. With nothing to wet his lips with but tears.
I know. Rebecca.
Yes, Aaron.
You have such faith. You're always believing. But if there is any power in this master you worship, then I shall find it out.
What do you mean, Aaron?
I shall carry the boy in my arms the rest of the way.
All the way to Capernaum. Can you do it?
I can do anything. If it's for my son.
It means traveling all night.
I can do it.
Aaron, you should rest a while.
Capernaum. That's the place I'll rest.
But you've been walking all night.
And I shall keep on.
How is he now?
The same. His body still struggles. At times I think he's ready to cry out. But he never does.
Does he burn?
Where his head rests against my chest. Feels very warm.
Then we should stop to bathe his head.
With what? No. We'll keep going till we see the city wall of Capernaum. Come, hurry. Well, Rebecca, is this the place?
Yes, Aaron. All these people have come here to see him.
Then point out the master to me. I shall lay my son at his feet.
Let me look.
Hurry, Rebecca, or our son dies. I can feel it.
There. Do you see him?
The one who stands surrounded by all the others?
Yes, Aaron.
Then I shall go to him. But you must speak for me, Rebecca.
No, Aaron. It must be you.
What shall I say to him? Master, I don't believe in you. And because I don't believe, I want you to hear my son who dies. No. You speak for me, Rebecca.
Aaron, you've always said you wanted to believe and weren't able. Well, this is your chance. Tell him, honestly and humbly, what's in your heart. And then see if he'll help you to believe.
Our son's life hangs on it.
If I didn't have faith, I wouldn't be here. Go, Aaron. You ask him.
Then be with me, Rebecca. Beside me. Master. Master, I have brought you my son, who is stricken by a strange evil. I lay him here before you. Look for yourself at his tortured body, at the way he struggles. Help him, please, Master. Cure him that he shall be free forever of this cursed illness.
How long is it ago since this came unto him?
Since he was a little child, Master. But now, this moment, he seems closer to death than ever before. Master, if you can do anything, have compassion on us. Help us.
If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth.
Believe. This moment more than any other would I want to believe. Yes. I want to believe. Help me, Lord, in my unbelief.
Thou spirit, I charge thee, come out of him, and enter no more into him.
Master, his body moves suddenly and violently. Now he's calm, as though he's dead. Oh, Master. Master, why do you reach down to take his hand? And you lift him up, Master. Michael, my son.
Yes, Father. Why do you say it that way?
Rebecca, look. Our son. Well. Alive. Master. Now I can believe. I see. And what I see is changed by unbelief to great faith. I have faith in you, in my fellow men, in my wife, even in myself. My whole life has changed, Lord. I am no longer alone.
You have been listening to The Unbelieving, another episode in the greatest story ever told, from the greatest life ever lived. The Greatest Story Ever Told was a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education.
The Greatest Story Ever Told.
Presented by the United States Armed Forces Radio Service.
Tonight we present Ye Who Are Heavy Laden, a drama based on a teaching from the greatest life ever lived. In the marketplace of Cana in Galilee, a band of men stand forlorn and defeated. Then, on signal from a sentry, they step up two at a time to the forge of the blacksmith, where they are joined by iron chains.
blow of the blacksmith's hammer drives home to them the fact that they are no longer free, no longer able to remain in the village of their birth. Even now, a young man stares at the blacksmith with hateful eyes as he is summoned to step forward and have the chains affixed to him.
You there. I motion to you, step up here. Well? Oh, I see. You're going to be difficult about it, are you? Sentry, give me a hand with this one.
Aye. Move when you're told.
Take your hands off me.
If I take my hands off, you'll have to project the spear. Would you like that better? No need to treat the boy that way. Look, old man, when I want advice from a slave, I'll ask for it. Else watch out for your own hide. Now, lad, will you step up to the forge, or do I have to... There. All right, blacksmith, hammer the chains onto him.
I'll need another man to join him, too. Who'll it be?
I'll take it. I know. This old man stood up for him. Join the two of them together. It'll serve them both right. This way, old man.
Yes, sir.
Now, hold still, lad. There. Hold still. Because if you move, it's your wrist that'll take the blow. Say, boy, what's the matter with you?
You'll pay for this. One day I'll come back and make you pay for it.
Oh, see here, I had nothing to do with it. Not my fault you're being sold as a slave. I just have my work to do.
One day I'll kill you.
Quiet. They always blame me. No matter what. Just because I'm the one who has to put the chains on them. You'd think I like doing this kind of work.
Go on, get it over with.
All right, just stop talking, that's all. All right, you. Old man, your wrist next.
Yes, sir. Well, lad, you and I will be together a long time.
I didn't choose you.
I know. But if we're to be joined hand in hand for months, we might as well make the best of it.
Look, old man,
My name is Malachi.
I don't care what your name is. I just want to warn you. I don't like people who talk too much. You understand?
Quite.
And even more than that, I hate people who try to make the best of bad situations.
All right, you two, stand over here. In a little while, the sentry will lead all of you through the town and on your way. Stand over here. Next pair.
The last of us has been trained. We'll be leaving soon. I said we'd be leaving soon.
I heard you.
What caused it, lad?
I don't want to talk about it.
You're not a criminal, I know that. What happened? How did you come to be sold into slavery?
I might ask you the same thing.
My case is simple enough. A debt I couldn't pay.
Well, mine's the same. Now, let's not talk anymore.
If you'd rather.
All right, men. Stand to and follow me. Let me warn you, though, any men who attempt to flee will be overtaken and punished. Now, hut!
There are so many things I'm seeing now for the last time, lad.
Not me. I'll be back here one day. I'll even a few scores, don't you worry.
Yes, yes. You're young. You have a chance of coming back, but No, I'm afraid I'll never return.
Well, if you have any scores to even, just let me know. I might as well cover the lot of them when I come back. And I'm coming back, you hear?
Yes, of course.
And the first thing Say, wait. What's that over there? Another crowd of slaves?
No, they wouldn't be slaves. They're not chained or tied together.
I can see that now.
Oh, wait. I see. Lad, this is a good omen.
Good omen? Now, when we're like this?
Lad, look at him. Don't you see there in the midst of them all the man who stands so tall and straight? Look at him.
Yes, I'm looking. Well?
The master.
The master himself.
Is that him? You sure?
Oh, I've seen him many times. I know him. Look, he sees us now.
You'd better come along, old man.
Now, wait, please, boy, just a little while, a moment. The master's going to speak to us. You'll want to hear him.
If it doesn't take too long.
He's going to speak now. You see?
Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest.
Did you hear that? Come unto him. We just leave here, make our chains melt away, and go and follow him.
No, wait, lad. He has more to say.
Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls.
Take your yoke upon us. We have chains and burdens enough now.
Quiet, lad.
I will not be quiet.
Move along, you two. The boy and the old man. Move along unless you want to be flogged. Now move along.
Come, old man. I won't risk a flogging just to hear that kind of talk. Come.
This ship, lad?
They say 8 weeks, but no one really knows. None of us has been on deck in all the time we've been at sea.
Has anyone heard? Do they know where we're going?
Some of them say Crete. No one knows for sure. How do you feel today?
Same. I think if I could see the sun again one day, I'd feel better.
We could all say that.
And some of us could do with more food. Couldn't we?
We all could.
I mean, there are some who don't eat their full ration, pitiful little that it is.
I don't know who that could be.
I know, lad. I know how much of your food you've been putting into my bowl. I know. And I'll try to make it up to you one day. Aaron.
You called me Aaron just now. Like my father used to.
Your father? You've never mentioned him before.
He's dead.
Oh.
That's the way it happened. He died. I promised him a decent burial. I borrowed the money. That's why I'm here now.
I see.
But I'll make them all suffer. All of them. Samuel, who lent me the money and took my bond and sold me. And Jonathan, who wouldn't lend me the money to keep me out of slavery. And so many more who could have helped. They'll all pay for this.
You still feel the same. I thought you would change.
Did anything happen to help me change? Herded into the filthy hold of this ship, starved, beaten. That's only given me more to hate people for.
Aaron, of all the men in this hold, you've been the hungriest and the thirstiest and felt the pain of the lash most. Even though you've been beaten no more than any other man. It's because you torment yourself within, Aaron. You make your own way more difficult than it need be.
I don't want to talk about that.
Now, please, lad.
No, Malachi, I've listened to all you've told me. All the things you've heard the Master say. About meekness and love. About returning good for evil. I only know one thing. I shall fight everyone who harms me. Hate everyone who despises me. And revenge myself on all who have wronged me or will wrong me.
You don't mean that, lad. I know you too well. I knew it from the first time I talked to you when you wanted to share with me what you had.
I had nothing. I only offered to get revenge for you.
That's exactly what I mean. You had only hatred, and yet you wanted to share that. You're really a good lad at heart. If ever the chance comes along... What's that?
Sounds like the bottom of the boat has scraped sand. We must be at our destination.
Yes. As everyone seems to have noticed, the boats come to rest. But where? What will happen to us now?
Oh, we'll know. We'll know soon enough what's to happen to us.
The hatch is opening. Rays of light. Daylight.
Yes, Malachi.
All you slaves below deck, start coming up 2 at a time. Start coming up.
So I came too late to bid at the slave auction, Artemis.
Yes, Fanuel. But there are 2 slaves still left.
You mean no one wanted them, don't you?
I don't know why. The boy's strong, very strong.
Now, let me see. Stand up, boy. I said stand up.
But stand, Aaron.
When I'm ready.
Get up. Let Fanuel look at you. That's better. Well, Fanuel, what do you think?
There's plenty of work in that one. I'll take him.
You have to take them both.
The old man? He's no good.
That's the way they're to be sold, both together. I warn you to take them both. The boy's surly. The old man is the only one who can control him. You see, they were chained together all the way over here.
But the old man will eat as much as if you were working. I have to think of that.
Take my word for it. Take them both.
All right. I'll take them both. That boy had better be able to do more than one man's work. I can't afford to be paying out my money for nothing. All right, both of you. You belong to me now. Artemis, strike the chains off them. More strokes and this tree will be felled. Stand back. You too, old man.
Yes, sir. Come here.
That's the biggest tree he's cut since we've been here, Malachi.
You mean it'll take a good deal of strength to haul that one, hmm?
Yes. And if he expects the 2 of us to do it, well, he's reckoning without me.
You've already exposed yourself to one beating, lad, and we haven't been here a week.
Don't tell me what to do. No man is going to work me like an ox.
Oh, there it goes.
Bring a rope here. They'll tie her and can bring her back to the house.
There's more work there than 2 men can do.
Oh, I see. Well, if that's the way you feel, just remember I didn't ask your opinion.
Well, I'm telling you anyhow. 2 men can't haul that tree along the ground.
See here, boy, I've lived in these woods of Crete for my whole life. I know what a man can do and what he can't.
I tell you, 2 men can't do it. Besides, the old man might die if you make him try it. I won't let you do that.
You won't let me. Well, I say 1 man will haul that tree.
1 man?
Yes, 1 man. You, boy.
Me? You've taken advantage of me long enough.
I have the axe, boy. Another step closer and I'll be forced to use it on you.
Yes. Yes, you have the axe. But one day you won't have a weapon.
Then we'll wait for that day. But right now, tie these ropes to that tree and start hauling. I said start!
Yes, sir.
Sir, please. The boy's exhausted.
He'll have to keep hauling that tree.
Then at least let me help him, please.
Keep moving, boy.
The ropes are cutting into his shoulders. You can't make him go on.
I will. Keep moving, I said.
He can't move another step.
He brought it on himself.
Only because he was trying to protect me.
Does he think I don't know it takes 3 men to move that log?
3 men?
Of course. I was going to help till he started fucking taking things for granted. Believing I'd make a young boy and an old man all that thing. Well, I'll teach him. Move on.
Please, sir.
Move on!
Oh, sir, he's fainted. He's fallen.
Yeah.
learned his lesson. Come. We'll take him home.
How does your shoulder feel now, lad? Does the cool bandage make it feel any better?
Yes, Malachi. Much better.
I tell you, lad, it hurt me as much, though I have no wounds to show for it.
Don't worry. It's just another entry in the record.
A record?
In my mind, I have a record of all those who'll be paid back one day. Well, Fanuel has earned himself a prime place there with this bit of torture.
Oh, lad, don't talk that way.
One day I'll get my hands on that axe.
Aaron, you're to put such thoughts out of your mind.
Not after what he did today.
But you brought it on yourself. He never meant that the two of us should haul that log.
You mean he was going to help?
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Well, it's true. Don't you see, lad, what the master meant? We can make burdens for ourselves by our own attitude toward misfortune and toward other people.
The master only wanted to give me another burden.
But his burden can make all the others lighter.
That's impossible.
If you'd only try.
Look at my shoulders, Malachi. See how deep the wounds are. Well, they're nothing compared to how deeply inside myself I hate that man, Fanuel. And now, the price of your care is listening to more talk about love and kindness than I'll care for my own wounds.
All right, lad. No more talk. Just let me take care of you.
Well, start on this tree today. Broad, tall, any good plank in here that some shipbuilder will buy.
I could cut her down for you, sir.
You? What makes you think I'd give this axe into your hand?
I could save you a great deal of work, sir.
No, thank you. I'm more interested in staying alive. I'll cut it down myself.
Have it your way. Malachi and I will wait over there.
All right.
I thought for a minute he might give it to me.
I'm glad he didn't. You can never wash the stain of another man's blood from your soul.
My time will come. Don't worry.
Watch out there! You'll be falling soon now.
Aaron, look. Look, the tree's beginning to topple. Fanuel! Fanuel, look out!
Malachi! Look! He's been pinned under that tree.
Yes. Come, we must help him.
Me? Help him? You're a fool, Malachi.
Lad, can you stand there and let a man die?
It's not my fault. I didn't raise a finger against him. And I don't intend to raise one to help him either. It's not my fault.
Aaron, please, now a man's life hangs in the balance. You must help him. Come.
No, Malachi.
Then I'll do what I can.
Malachi, come back here.
I must try to move that tree.
Wait. You're a fool. You might kill yourself trying. You're not young anymore.
Manuel, I'll try to help you. I will.
Malachi, no. You can't help him.
It won't be because I'm not trying.
Here, I won't let you.
Let go of me, Aaron. Let go.
No.
Please, lad. Please.
Malachi, you're crying.
For you, lad. For you. You don't know what you're doing. You can't do this. Not you. The boy who gave me his food and did the work of two men so that I might live. The boy who faced slavery to pay his father the last tribute of a decent resting place. Can you let a man die?
Don't say any more, Malachi.
This one time, lad. Drive the hatred from your heart. Take up the master's burden. Do as he would do. Please, son.
No one has called me son like that since my father died. And my father, he would have helped now. Stand aside, Malachi.
You'll do it, lad.
I'll do it. By myself.
Aaron.
Yes, sir?
You've been sitting beside my bed a long time, haven't you?
It's been 2 days. Malachi was here, too, but I've sent him to get some rest.
I won't forget what you've done. Yet the other day, when you asked for the axe, I wouldn't give it to you because I could see the hatred in your eyes. But in spite of that, you saved me. Why?
Something happened that day. Something that has changed me. I began to realize that what the Master said was true.
The Master?
A prophet of my country. He said the burden of love and kindness is light upon a man. And it's so. For I was the one who suffered most from my hatred of others.
You've finally learned that. We'll get along better now, lad. Not that I expect you to like slavery. What man could?
Now that you are better, the cutting of the trees will have to go on.
You'll have to do it by yourself.
I know.
Then let me give you a bit of good advice. It can be easy if you know how. First, let me tell you this. No need to drag those heavy logs all the way back.
But that's the way we've been doing it.
I could confess to a bit of stubbornness myself. I meant to break you, lad, and I would have if you'd kept on being stubborn. That's why we dragged whole logs all that distance. Now I'll tell you the easy way. Trim them first, then split them into timbers, and then haul each timber separately. You'll find it lightens your work a great deal.
Yes, of course. I wouldn't have thought of that.
And there are other things I can tell you, too, to make your work easier. I think from now on, Aaron, life here will be pleasanter for us all. Malachi, give me a hand. I think I can get up from my bed today.
Yes, sir. Now?
There I am, standing. And I'm rather happy that I could be up today.
Today? Is this a special day, sir?
In a way. And now, Malachi, if you'd lend me your hand, I think I could walk to the window.
Yes, of course.
There. That's better. I can see the boy from here. I wanted to see him at his work.
Oh, he's been doing very well ever since that day.
I know. The whole island of Crete is talking about the young man who works like 10. My friends have been telling me when they came to visit.
I'm glad you know.
Strange. The same lad, the same work. Yet it's all so different now.
Because he's taken on the Master's burden.
He, too, mentioned the Master. What has this Master said which made this great change?
We heard him on the day we were first bound together by iron shackles. He said to us...
Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls.
And the boy did find rest for his soul once he gave up hating and resenting.
And he found more, too. That's why I had to make sure I was well enough to get along by myself from now on. Malachi, the boy shall have his freedom again.
What, sir?
Yes, I shall set both of you free. After all, I'm a man who knows what the word gratitude means.
Oh, sir, how can I...
Wait. He's coming back to the house now. That's Malachi.
Yes?
Go, meet him at the door. Tell him he's free from now on. Free of slavery of the body, because I say so. But more important, free of the slavery of the heart, because he's given up hatred. Will you tell him that?
Yes, Daniel. Nothing could give me greater satisfaction than to tell the boy he's free at last, in body and in spirit.
Listening to Ye Who Are Heavy Laden, another episode in the greatest story ever told from the greatest life ever lived.
We hope that you've enjoyed this recording, and for more happy listening, please visit otrcat.com.